API request instructions. There are a few steps that you must complete before starting to work on your application programming interface. The first step is to set up an API user. So for that, we'll go to the left sidebar and we'll select Group and User. So you'll scroll down until you get to the user section. Here is where you'll add a user. Give them the first name and the last name. Enter the email address, which then becomes the username. Make sure you give them the admin role type. To be able to access application programming interface, you must have an admin role type. Select Save. After the user has been added to your account, an email will be sent to that email address to create a password. The next step is to generate an API authentication token. You can check out our knowledge base for more information on this. This will contain everything that's needed to request the token. You'll enter this information here to submit your request. In this example, we will use Postman to request the token. First thing you want to make sure of, for the request type, we want post. The site-based URL is here. Again, this can be found in the knowledge base. And for this example, since we're requesting a token, you'll want to make sure that it ends in /auth/token. And in the body of your request, you'll want to make sure you have grant_type, password, client_ID, system. Then what you'll want to do is highlight and copy this client secret. This secret is going to be the same for all. Paste it here. You'll type in username, enter the email address that you used earlier when you created the API user, and lastly, the password. And type in the password that you created for that API user. Now, when you post to the API method, it will generate an access token as part of the response. It will look like this. Here you can see that we received our access token. Something to keep in mind is that access token is only valid for an hour. You are going to use this access token in the header as part of all subsequent CFA API method calls. The third step is making your API request. For this request type, we are going to use GET. You can refer to our knowledge base for a link on all available calls, and this is what it'll look like. Here we have a list of every call that's available with our platform. We want to make sure that the request is GET. The API method is going to be call list. And again, you want to make sure that you have the correct site-based URL. In the header section, for the first key, you'll enter content type and application/JSON as the value. The next key will be authorization, with the value being bearer, shown here as the token type. Give it a space, then copy the access token you received, paste it here. The last step is testing the request, and send. And then you'll see your results. Something to keep in mind is that when it comes to GET request, you can include 3 additional parameters such as limit, offset, and filter. These are not required, however they are available to most of the method endpoints. And this is the process for API request instructions. First, you create the API user on the Conversa platform. You then request the access token, and then that is used to access all API methods.